Okay, so I hope that video was helpful for you. I got into a little funky mood when I was editing it, but I thought we could quickly go over what's inside each of these containers. So firstly, these containers themselves came from Tractor Supply. They were purchased as one unit with the bottom piece as well as the container. The container comes with a plug hole in the bottom. You just pull that out if you want to make it into a planting container, and so that the plants have good drainage. If you don't pull it out, you could use it for something else, like, I don't know, maybe a drink spin or something. What I planted in here all needs about 4 to 6 hours of sun a day to do their best, and so that would be part to full sun. And what we have is a green kind of generic brand sweet potato vine that I purchased from Lowe's. It will just get bigger and brighter and more beautiful and trailing down the edge over the course of this next season, and it will last until probably October or November. Then I have a Zonal Geranium, which in our zone 9 is going to be a evergreen, but it will bloom its little head off here in the spring and the summer in this spot. And then I have a variety of petunias, and I thought it would be great to just quickly go over the differences. So I have just kind of like the generic brand red petunia that I put into each of these containers so that we can see the difference over time. So usually you buy this at like a box store for a pack of 6 for, you know, anywhere between $3 and $8. And then I have here a Supertunia, which is a petunia hybrid, and this particular variety, Supertunia, is put out by proven winners who don't support me in any way, but I do find that it's worth the extra money to go for a Supertunia. So this one is Supertunia Fuchsia, and it's listed as getting up to 2 feet tall and wide, which means it's going to just be a profuse mound of glory here. And that is the difference between a regular petunia and a petunia hybrid, because they have bred these plants to be covered in blooms. They've also bred them to be disease resistant, so I often get powdery mildew on my regular petunias, and I never get them on my Supertunias. My Supertunias also were able to overwinter, so all the Supertunias I bought last year are coming back already this year, whereas a regular petunia won't. Another thing about the Supertunia is that they self-deadhead or bury their dead. So as the blooms go out, the next set of blooms grow slightly taller than the old set, and so you never have to come in and pull off old blooms or deadhead. You also never have to pinch these plants in order to get them into like a nice shape. They're bred to be a beautiful mounding trailing shape. As for regular petunias, if you don't pinch them, they'll actually kind of grow into like what looks like octopus legs. Like each piece of the petunia kind of grows out, and then you just have one bloom on the end. So for these reasons, I find Supertunias totally worth their value, 100%. And so I used the second Supertunia by proven winners called Cafe Latte, which has kind of a white creamy color with a deep throat. So I've set them in this location because this is, I think it's going to be a full sun location as the season continues, but it gets kind of sun in and out because there's different trees around. If it ends up that these plants start looking a bit leggy and not so full of bloom, then I'm going to move them to my patio. So we'll just have to see how this works out. That's part of gardening, isn't it? Where you just kind of try things and then move your plants if it doesn't work. So I hope this was helpful for you in terms of thinking of new ideas, new kinds of containers, and also the difference between petunias and Supertunias or petunia hybrids. Thanks so much for joining me today. I post videos every week on Tuesdays on YouTube and Facebook, and you can catch me during the week with garden catch-ups on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me here on Power to the Flower. See you in the next one. Bye.